Hello, everyone, and welcome to BFM 3130, week 5. And this is part 2. Now, in part 2, we want to talk about we want to continue with the pre-seed stage, which is actually the one of the most important stages, and it includes so many things and considerations. And this is in this part, I want to talk about when you do all those activities of the pre-seed stage, where do you get the funding? Unfortunately, most of the funding will be family, friend, and savings, which you call it bootstrapping. Now, so the sources of the pre-seed funding, usually it will come with the founder's personal savings, friends and family, and this is, we call it bootstrapping. Now, hopefully you can find angel investors, and you have to be careful about angel investors to contact them in this stage, because they will ask for most of your equity. If you can continue by yourself, it's much, much better. This is what the experience are saying, and you can actually look for that. If you can, and it doesn't take actually a lot of money. It's something between 10 to 20,000 maybe in these aerial stages, not too many things. And then also we have incubators and accelerators. I will show you in the class some of the venture capital incubators who actually do financing, and also offer to connect to you with the other investor or angel investors who are interested. You can also, if you are comfortable with it, you can go to the crowdfunding. But whether you go to angel investors or you take money from the accelerators or the crowdfunding, you have to be careful what you take in this time and how much equity you are going to do. But mostly, according to the examples I will give you later on, most of it is actually bootstrapping, which means you will find it either here or either here. It depends where you are going to get it. This guy, for example, Bava, which is a big company now, the establisher start bootstrapping. If you talk also about Product Hunt, which is another company, when he started also bootstrapped. You can read about those two companies to startups, but as you can see, it looks like the mainstream financing in this area, in this time, would be even those finishing companies, we see all of them are actually bootstrapping, unless you are happy with the people who are going to finance you in this stage. But according to the experience of most startups, bootstrapping would be the best. The angel investors sometimes are because you are in early growth and early stage, they would ask for more of your equity in this stage, and better to avoid them unless you get good terms. Now, I brought you also, this is actually the list of incubators in Malaysia. We have, in this ecosystem, we have a lot of incubators. Incubators actually provide emotional support. You will join them. You will discuss the idea with them. You will improve the idea with them. It's like incubators, and sometimes they may provide some financing for you in this stage. But actually, because this stage is very, very, very crucial in the development of the idea and the testing, and testing also the prototyping and all those activities and key activities. And this stage, incubators actually are very, very, very helpful. Those people, they supercharge FinTech Academy, 1337 Venture, some of them even banks, you know, like this bank. This bank is now it's an open bank, as you see, it's a digital bank. Some of them are big, some of them are small. But after that, when you are actually moving to stage one, or moving a little bit from the pre-stage, the accelerators will come here. Mostly those are fund managers and all those things. And here you can get actually better terms. As you can see, most of those, some of them are big banks. As you can see, Hong Leong Bank is here, Sunway is here, some big names, Sime Derby is here. You can see some, you know, famous names. Angel investors also, the list we have here, there are so many of them. And if you are in, of course, you can check about them and you can talk to them and you can meet with them. But as I told you, angel investors, if they like the idea, they actually will support a lot. So this is a list if you are working in Malaysia. If you are, some of us, most of us in this class are not from this country. So you can actually look to the incubators, accelerators, and angel investors. But I can tell you from my experience and from my readings and from following, talking to those people, some of them, if you are actually to talk to the incubators or accelerators or angel investors in this case, mostly it's for financing. Otherwise, the team could develop itself, you know, do most of the work by their own. But the incubators actually provide you a place, look like this, provide you a place, and they keep discussing, and then it's like pitching, you know, refining the idea. Now, just to recap, this is the issues, as I told you. You do the prototyping, you do the initial user feedback or engagements, you validate that, you do the team formation, and you look for the pre-seed funding, securing, especially from the incubator accelerators, as I told you, and from the angel investors. But mostly in this case, as I told you, when you start from scratch, most of this will be from bootstrapping. You have to check some of the things in this case. There are some milestones, I put it here, and you have to take care of that. Those milestones is the user feedback, the qualitative feedback, which we take it from market research to see how successful you are in that case. The product development progress based on the MVP. This usually very, very initial feedback when the idea still in just in its innovation concept. Maybe you talk to other people and you get their feedback. Product development, when you go to the MVP, the team strength, the ability to attract and retain talented co-founders or early employees. You see how you are successful in this area, and also the market validation, which is the early indicators of market interest, such as sign-ups, wait list, or pre-orders when you deploy the app of the startup. There are problems, so many problems in this stage. As I told you, this is the most important area, and I explain it here in details, but I also summarize it here. The regulatory compliance and legal challenges, this is one of them. You need to build the trust and credibility, and this depends on marketing. In the market, people have to trust you to put their money or transfer their money, or, you know, accessing to capital, whether it's from angel investors or from incubators or from bootstrapping, or is also another challenge. Talent acquisition, you will find everything, and you find the money, you find the idea, but you will not find good people, actually. you can always outsource. You can outsource from, all of those. You will have to have a software developer. You have to have someone inside for maintenance. You have to have someone for user feedback and user help desk, and you have to have all of those issues inside. But during the development, actually, most of the programming, at least in this country, you outsource it. You outsource it, and there are so many companies. If you draw, and I will show you this when we come to week 6 and 7. Hopefully, we will do it ourselves because we are going to bring people from IT school. This is my idea, and I will discuss it with you. But we will provide the framework of the screens and of the interface with the user. And you give that, either you have a designer and then you have a developer, or you do the design and you give it to the developer develop the website, the app, including the website and the back end and the front end and all these things. This is talent acquisition is also another issue. Product development and technology, as I told you, but this one you can always outsource, but it's a problem when you develop it, and the challenges, it means a concrete work. You have to see which market you are targeting. As I told you, the example, if you are targeting, for example, the Gen Z, or you are targeting the foreign, workers and expats in this country, you are targeting rural areas, urban areas. It depends, where you are going to put yourself, and this related to the gap, of course, and the consumer, retention, and you can get the customers, but can you retain them? Are they happy with you? This is some of the issues which actually coming to the pre-stage before you move to serious one. I explained most of those. I bring examples from Malaysia, from East Asia, and actually this all mentioned here, and I want you to read it for further. This was the summary, but I want you to read it. And this slide, it's very, very straightforward. I put it here, and I explain every single point actually, and I brought also what we call Malaysian examples. I think I will end this part here because it's already explained here. I don't want to go to it. Just I will read the slides for you, which doesn't make any sense. I will stop here for part 2. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the third part. Bye-bye.